Layla, where's our $1,500? Haven't you sent it yet? I just checked our bank account and we haven't received anything. If you haven't sent my money yet, then can you hurry up already?
Geez, Mom, do you have to phrase it like that? You're being a bit rude, don't you think? Considering your position, it wouldn't kill you to be a little more humble, would it?
Excuse me? You're the one who should be being humble. And don't tell me how to speak to my own daughter. Who do you think you are exactly? It seems like you've completely forgotten your debt to us.
Wait a minute. My debt to you? Where is this coming from?
For raising an ungrateful child like you out of the goodness and kindness of our hearts. You're the one who should be thanking us. And don't question what I say.
You know it's not like that. Of course I appreciate you guys and everything. I still remember you raised me, but I've been sending you money for over 10 years now. I've transferred a total of 180 grand over the years. That's way more money than you spent to raise me. So sorry if I seem ungrateful, but if anyone, you're the one in debt to me.
Idiot. It's not about the money. I fed you, I clothed you, I made sure you were educated for 18 whole years. You have any idea what kind of toll that takes? And anyway, not that you'd know anything about raising a child, but let me educate you. The cost of bringing up a single child is a minimum of $200,000. So financially, I'm still in the clear.
You're including college tuition and extra stuff in that, right? You know, I never went to college. I got a job straight out of high school. Your numbers are way off.
Exactly. Aren't you ashamed of yourself getting a job straight after graduating high school? How many times did I tell you to go to university? But you never listened to me, and that's exactly why your life has turned out this way. Turns out Mom knew what she was talking about after all, huh?
What are you saying? Don't you think it's admirable of me to be where I am today? In a position where I can pay my own expenses and send you $1.5 grand every month for over 10 years. I only have a high school education. I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, actually. And don't try to change the subject. My point is that I've already repaid you, more than what you spent to bring me up. And you're still acting like you're entitled to more money.
I told you, it's not just about the money. Good grief. Is that all you young people ever think about? I'm disappointed. What's going to become of our country with your generation in charge, I wonder? I don't even want to think about it.
Every time you demand money from me, you say the same thing. It's the debt you owe me for raising an ungrateful child like you. And you don't appreciate me for raising you, etc. Of course I appreciate you, and I've supported you for 10 years. Haven't I? But now I'm married and have a family to take care of too. It's becoming a huge financial strain on me to keep sending you money every single month.
You keep bringing that up. That you have a child and all. I've heard it before. And don't get me wrong. I understand you want to prioritize your son. But don't forget that child wouldn't even exist if I hadn't given birth to you in the first place.
What's that supposed to mean? If you're using that logic, then shouldn't I be sending money to Grandma? You know, if she hadn't given birth to you, then I wouldn't exist. Or maybe you're saying I should have sent money to my great-grandmother before she passed away.
For God's sake, Layla, don't be so unreasonable. You're talking nonsense.
I'm just using your logic. You started it. Oh, forget it. I'm not sending you any more money. You'll have to figure something out for yourself. No more allowance from me.
So immature. You may look like an adult these days, but you're still a little brat, Layla. I'm so disappointed. Who raised you to be this way?
You did, Mom. And anyway, what about Anna? She's still living at home with you guys, right? If anyone should be giving you money, it's her.
What are you talking about, Layla? Your sister graduated with top grades from one of the best universities in the state. And she works at a world-famous company. Anna is working 100 times harder than you ever have. I couldn't possibly ask her for money.
World-famous company, top grades. Give me a break, Mom. What does it have to do with anything? At least I'm working hard enough to send you over $1,000 every month for the past 10 years. Don't you think I'm doing my best too?
Don't act jealous. You're too old for that kind of behavior. And besides, it's not like you could ever be a better child than Anna.
I'm not talking about who's better than who. Listen to me. Oh, you know what? Just forget it. You won't listen to anything I say anyway. What's the point?
Exactly. I'm getting exhausted too, trying to have a conversation on your level.
Fine, whatever. But I'm not sending you any more money, and that's final. Figure something out for yourself, because you're on your own.
Hey, sis. What's up?
Oh, hi, Anna. Nothing much. I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything okay?
Well, I have a little request, that's all. Could you be an angel and send me like 6 months worth of allowance in one go? I need $9,000. Actually, make that 10.
You want 10 grand? All of a sudden? What's this about? Didn't you hear from Mom? I'm not sending any of you money anymore. I need to prioritize my son.
What? Are you serious? No one told me that. Come on, I'm in a tight spot here. You can't just suddenly stop paying. Just send it, will you, okay?
What's your attitude, Anna? I don't have to send you anything. And anyway, I've already made my mind up about this. You can ask Mom about it. She said she didn't need my pocket change.
No way! Talk about bad timing.
Seems like she doesn't know how to budget, huh?
You've got to be kidding me. Why did you have to go and say something like that all of the times?
What do you mean by that? Are you in trouble?
Just send it ASAP, okay? I need $10,000 right now. You don't have to say anything to my mom. Just send it to my bank account directly.
No way! I need to take care of my son, and I'm at my financial limit. Could you think about my circumstances for once?
I'll have plenty of time for that later. Just make sure you send me the $10,000 for now.
What for? You better have a good reason. Why do you need that much anyway?
I do have a good reason, okay? The truth is, I have some debts. I've been trying to avoid paying them for as long as possible, but I'm at my limit. This collector company is on my case, and they told me I need to prove to them right now that I can pay. I borrowed $100,000 from them. See?
You must be joking. Don't you work at a Fortune 500 company? How'd you end up with debt?
Oh, that job. I got fired from that ages ago.
My head is spinning. So you got fired? So what are you doing nowadays? Where do you work now?
Actually, I don't have a job.
You're unemployed? Aren't you out looking for something?
Nah, not really. I've just been going to the casino with my boyfriend pretty much. I spent all the money I had there on the slot machines.
Oh, Jesus. You've turned out like Dad, haven't you? All right, tell me honestly, how much debt are you in?
$120,000 in total. It's a bit much, isn't it?
I can't believe it. How did things come to this? I'm guessing Mom and Dad don't know anything about this debt.
Of course not. I'd be in so much trouble if they found out. Can you imagine? I figured since you're loaded enough to send us an allowance every month, I could work something out. But if you're not going to help me out here, I'm done for.
How are you planning to pay back 120 grand when you don't even have a job?
I started playing this online casino recently. It's been going pretty well for a while, so I think I could manage to pay back everything if I keep it up. So, in the meantime, can you help to get these agents off my back and just send me the $10,000?
And what if I don't?
They'll kill me if I can't pay. I'm serious, sis. We're talking about some really shady guys here. They'll probably, put concrete boots on me and throw me to the ocean where the crabs will eat me.
I don't think crabs eat humans, Anna. At this rate, there's no way I can just hand over 10 grand. You'll have to fend for yourself.
What? You're just going to abandon me like that? No way! And you call yourself my sister? Why won't you protect me?
Haven't I done more than enough for you already? I'm at my limit. I've been sending you guys money for years. And you just spend it all gambling with your boyfriend. You could have used that money to support yourself while you look for another job or something. No matter how you look at it, this is a self-made problem of yours. Sorry, but you reap what you sow.
Fine. Yeah, I admit it. I was stupid and irresponsible, and now I'm paying for my mistakes. I understand that. I'll never do it again. So just help me out this one time, please. You are my big sister.
You'll have to talk to Mom and Dad about it. Don't hide the truth from them anymore.
Are you crazy? They'll never forgive me if I tell the truth. I'll probably get kicked out of the house or something.
What about that boyfriend of yours then? Have you asked him?
As if he's going to do anything to help me out. He's into gambling even more than I am, so he's got no money either. And he's not the kind of guy I can rely on in a tight spot. I mean, you can probably guess what he's like from everything I mentioned before, right? I can ask him for help. No way!
Well, I had an inkling that might be the case. What are you even doing? Fooling around with a guy like that? Are you trying to make Mom and Dad angry?
Honestly, my boyfriend's dad is even worse than mine. His dad makes mine look like pocket change. Honestly, it's practically wearing clothes and walking around. He's been dodging the loan sharks coming after him for years.
Oh my gosh, Anna. I don't think I should even get involved in this situation. Sorry, but you'll really have to figure something out on your own. I can't help you.
No way! Don't you care what happens to me? What am I supposed to do?
Good luck.
Hey, Layla. Do you have a minute?
What's up?
I'm sorry about everything I said earlier. I was wrong.
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
As much as I hate to ask, could you continue sending the monthly allowance after all?
Forget it, Mom. I told you I'm not going to help you out anymore.
I understand why you feel that way. I really do. You've got your own family to take care of now. I'm sure you feel like we've been a burden to you all this time.
Well, looks like your attitude has done a 180. What brought this on?
I heard about Anna, about how she's actually been unemployed all this time.
I see. So you realize what position you're in. If I don't help you. Is that it?
Anna told me she's been saving money for the family all this time. So I thought that if we lost your support, it wouldn't make a difference. But now I know the truth. I realize we're between a rock and a hard place. Anna and I are both jobless. And your father is as well. You know what he's like.
And I'm guessing you had a bit of a shock hearing about the 120 grand debt of hers. Unbelievable, right?
Wait, debt? What debt?
You mean she didn't tell you? I thought Anna told you the truth. She said she got addicted to gambling and racked up a debt of 120,000. You don't know?
I haven't heard anything about that. All she said was that she was actually unemployed this whole time and didn't have any money saved. $120,000? Are you sure?
She told me earlier today. Ask her yourself. She's badly in debt and has collectors agency coming after her demanding payments. Apparently, they told her she needed to prove that she could pay and that she needed 10 grand right now. Or something bad was going to happen. She messaged me begging for help just this afternoon.
What? That can't be true. My precious youngest daughter is in debt? How is that possible?
Like I said, she is addicted to gambling just like Dad. I guess she must have had some crazy losing streak to end up in that much debt, huh? She's just like Dad in that way too, I guess.
Layla, you understand how bad our situation is, don't you? We're in serious trouble, as you can see. So please, I'm begging you. You'll resume the monthly allowance, won't you?
I already told you, Mom. You're on your own. You're going to have to deal with it yourself somehow. You can't just rely on me forever.
Layla, let's not be hasty here. At least negotiate with me a little. How about you just keep sending money for one more year? We'll figure something out and get back to normal during that time. For sure. What are you going to do about Anna's debt? You think you can pay all that back in a year? Oh, forget Anna. I'll disown her and throw her out on the street for stupidity. I know you were always jealous of her, weren't you, Layla? We didn't dote on you that much. After she was born, she became the center of attention, and you resented her. But it doesn't have to be that way anymore.
So what you're saying is if I agree to send you the money, I'll be the center of attention again? Not her?
You really are the worst mother ever. You're just going to abandon your favorite daughter, who you've doted on all this time? The second you realize she hasn't got any money? Shame on you. Good luck on your own. You'll need it.
Hold on, Layla. I'm begging you. I'm coming to you as humbly as I possibly can. You can't just abandon us, Layla.
Sis, please, you've got to help me out.
One after the other. What is it now, Anna?
My boyfriend came over. He says I have to give him money for gambling. I told him about you sending us an allowance. And now he thinks that you're like crazy rich or something that you should pay for him.
Not my problem. Just how much money do you think I have, anyway?
Please, Sky, he's threatening me.
Then call the police or something. I don't know.
I can't call the cops. I'll get in trouble. The truth is, my boyfriend and I have done some not so legal stuff over the years.
Huh? What do you mean by not so legal?
Oh, you know, illegal casinos selling a bit of this and that, fighting, ring staging stuff. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I think I've had enough anyway. Good Lord.
Anyway, can you please just help me out with my boyfriend? Tell him about your hunger. Not sending us money anymore so we don't have anything to give him.
For God's sake, Anna, it's the middle of the night. What's the matter with you?
Come on, you have to do something. Don't be so cold. Please, he's messing up the garden. I'm worried he's going to break down the door or something. Wait, the police are here. What's going on? Did you call them?
Nope, I have nothing to do with it. I'm sure someone in the neighborhood must have called because of all the disturbance. Seriously, you're gonna have to deal with the situation on your own. This really isn't something I can help with. You made your bed, lie in it.
No, you can't do this. What if I get arrested? That's on your conscience.
Don't try and blame this on me, Anna.
Layla, I need to talk to you. Your father's taking all the money in the house and driving off with the car.
What? That's unbelievable. How has all of this gone down in the span of a couple of days?
Anna and that boyfriend of hers have both been arrested, and now there's not a single cent left in the house. What should I do?
Jeez, I know I said you guys would have to figure things out on your own, but this has turned into a real catastrophe. Well, it's been a wild ride, at the very least. Thanks for the entertainment.
You call the destruction of your family entertainment? Layla, how could you?
Well, it is entertaining. A disaster, sure. But you have to see the funny side of it.
Well, I guess I should have expected you to laugh at us. I may have gone overboard in what I said to you the other day, so I guess it's only natural. I won't tell you how to behave.
That's great, Mom. Follow that instinct. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to disown the whole lot of you.
Huh? Wait a minute. What? Disown us?
Thanks for providing me with a few laughs over the past couple of days. I have enjoyed it in a way, but still. Do you remember what you said to me when we talked the other day? I'm sure you know it's not kind of a thing you can easily be forgiven for, don't you?
I know.
You understand that your behavior was unacceptable, right?
I understand that. I'm sorry, Layla.
Well, I'm glad you apologized. But it's too little too late to have any effect. I've already made my decision. I have a child to provide for now, and a family that's actually worth protecting. From now on, I'm going to live for them. If you really do feel sorry, you should understand my feelings.
I do. I completely understand. But isn't there anything I can do to be forgiven? There must be some way I can make this up to you.
Let's see. How about you send me $1,500 right now? As you know, raising a family costs a ton of money. So it really helps out if you contribute.
Are you crazy? In this situation, I won't even be able to pay rent this month. And I don't have a car or anything.
Oh, is that right? But you said it yourself, didn't you? A measly 1,500 is just pocket change. After that, my mum couldn't cover the rent, leading to the house being repossessed. Accumulating collection fees and other expenses transformed into debt, which only worsened when she tried to secure a new place. To my knowledge, she now resides in government housing, alone, in a less affluent neighborhood. Dad squandered the money he took when he left the house on another gambling spree in Atlantic City. Eventually, his car ran out of gas, and it served as his makeshift shelter. Anna and her boyfriend faced arrest for disturbing the peace, and she was charged with illegal gambling. Meanwhile, her boyfriend was incarcerated for various crimes. Anna received a suspended sentence, but is currently evading the debt collecting agency, living a low life. I must confess that when I decided to halt the monthly allowance for the family, I never anticipated things spiraling to this extent. Nonetheless, it is what it is, I suppose.
Hey, Mom! What time are you coming home tonight? Are you going to make it home for dinner? It looks like I'll be leaving on time today. Is there anything in the fridge? I can buy something on my way home. We're all set. I went shopping. I can make something simple, like pasta, maybe? Thank you, Brittany. You're a godsend. You're so helpful around the house, and that helps me so much at work, too. You're too good to be true, my sweets. Stop it, Mom! I'll make pasta, okay? It's not a big deal. Okay. Did you do your homework? Yeah, I'm done. My new homeroom teacher is really strict. She makes you stand in the back of the class if you don't do your homework. I think she doesn't like me, too. What? Isn't she that young teacher that started this year? Yeah, it's her first year teaching, so we all thought she would be cool, you know? But I guess not. She's crazy scary. Jen was getting yelled at for something today, and it was totally not her fault. I tried to speak up for her, but then she started yelling at me, too. Oh, this could be a problem. I want to hear all about it when I get home. Okay, I'll see you soon. I can't wait to dig into some delicious pasta. Good evening. This is Monique Richards. I'm sorry to contact you so late, but you never answered my calls. Monique, you're Brittany's homeroom teacher. Is everything okay at school? Mrs. Walters, am I correct in understanding that you are a single mother? Excuse me? What does that have to do with anything? So, you're a low-income single-parent home. Is that correct? Wait just a second. Is this some sort of joke? A joke? No, of course not. Then are you trying to provoke me? To what end? Oh, nothing like that. Please don't misunderstand my intentions. I'm just confirming the facts. You are a low-income single-parent home struggling to make ends meet. And this led to Brittany developing an abrasive attitude. That's what I want to confirm. I am so offended I'm at a loss for words. That's fine. I knew already. I'm just double-checking the facts. It's clear to me now why your daughter is so defiant. That's the unfortunate outcome of being from a single-parent home. How dare you speak this way to a parent? My daughter is not defiant. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like mother, like daughter. Monique, I think we need to have a chat in person. This is not a discussion to have via text. I'm busy with some business trips this week, so I'll go in for a meeting next week. I'll call to make an appointment. Oh, don't worry about it. Being a single mom, I'm sure you can't afford to take time off work. That's so rude. Oh, but maybe we will have to set up a meeting. If Brittany continues down this path, she's bound to get into trouble. Then we'll have to call her parents in. Oh, sorry. Parent. What are you accusing Brittany of anyway? Never mind, it's no use discussing it now. I'll adjust my schedule and make a visit to the school next week. We'll discuss this in great detail at that time. Believe me. I'm in trouble! What is it? Are you okay? You're supposed to be staying at Uncle Jimmy's while I'm on my trip. Did something happen? Yeah, I'm at Uncle Jimmy's house. Everything's fine. The problem is school. The class's lunch money went missing from the teacher's desk. I'm getting blamed for stealing it. What? Why you? You wouldn't do anything like that, right? Of course not! I didn't even know it was in her desk. I thought it's taken to the office right after it's collected. I've never even heard of the money being kept in the classroom. The whole thing is really fishy. That is a little strange. But Miss Monique says that she left the money in her desk. And she insists that I was the one that stole it. Your homeroom teacher again? Why is she singling you out as the culprit? You did tell her you didn't do it, right? Of course I told her I didn't do it. And I said that it's not fair to be pointing fingers without any proof. But she wouldn't believe me. She says she needs to talk with you tomorrow. I asked them to call Uncle Jimmy since you were busy at work. No, that's okay. I need to be there. This has gone far enough. I'll tell Uncle Jimmy I'm going. Brittany, don't you worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right. Monique, I need a word with you. Oh, I heard you can't make it tomorrow. You're on a business trip? You can't even make time to deal with your child's criminal behavior. Brittany says she didn't do it. Why did you leave such a large sum of money in the classroom to begin with? That's none of your business. It's just administrative policy. What policy? Explain it to me. Why don't you tell me the truth? You look down on our family for being a single-parent household. And now you're accusing my daughter Brittany with no proof whatsoever. I am surprised you would speak to your daughter's teacher this way. Ugh. Please try to stay civil in our talks, okay? This is why I hate single-parent homes. In order to create the ideal civil classroom I aspire to, I need to remove the bad apples. Brittany is defiant and audacious. She's constantly talking back and being problematic. She's a typical miscreant with no respect for her teachers. I've never been told anything of the sort about Brittany. I am very involved in her life, and she is doing excellent at school and has many friends. You're a little biased, being her mother. I'll be requiring an apology letter from each of you. 2,000 words, Times New Roman, double-spaced. An apology letter? About your daughter's criminal actions and your crude attitude toward me. I think it's quite generous of me. Do you now? Oh, and I'll need you to compensate for the stolen lunch fees. It was Brittany who took it, and you need to take responsibility for it. She didn't take it. Do you have any proof? Please don't try to drag this out. We've established that you're a struggling single mother. It's obvious Brittany stole the money. If you're not going to write a formal apology letter, I will report this matter to the police. Really? Do you know who I am? What? I suppose we've never met in person, so you didn't recognize me. And I'm guessing you haven't read the student information all that carefully. What are you trying to say? Just get to the point, will you? Patronizing me for being a single mother and blaming Brittany for theft? Asking for a written apology from both of us, based on your one-sided opinion. I should have been more careful when I hired you. What kind of game are you playing at? You think you can just mock your daughter's teacher? I can see where your daughter gets her attitude problem from. My name is Petra Walters. Good for you. You don't recognize my name? I am the superintendent to the school you work at. What? Superintendent? I'm not at the school day today, and don't interact with the staff much. I wasn't there for your interview either. But we've met at least once, at the first assembly of the year. I made a speech. Are you not listening? I'm confused. You're saying you're the superintendent, and Brittany's your daughter? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Do you still not get it? So, I'm speaking now to the superintendent, Petra Walters, the superintendent of this school. You seem a little rattled. No, Are you nervous because I'm your boss's boss? I understand. You handpicked my daughter to be blamed for a theft in your classroom. That's some heavy stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Maybe it was my mistake. Maybe. No, I mean, it was my mistake. I'm terribly sorry for all the trouble. It wasn't a mistake, was it? I think you concocted this whole story as some kind of reprisal for standing up for her friend. Isn't that right? No, ma'am. I didn't mean it like that. I was doing my job as a teacher and trying to educate my classroom through discipline. Your job? I don't think your job is to shove your warped view of order down the children's throats. I didn't mean it to be that way. I never thought that a superintendent's daughter would be in my class. I had no idea. Please forgive me. It's not about her being my daughter. Have you ever considered how immensely your words and actions affect your students? It affects their school life and character development. Your actions are not appropriate for any student, not just my daughter. I understand. I stand corrected. I acted immaturely. I shouldn't have accused Brittany like that. I don't know what you have against single-parent homes, but I've been a parent for 13 years, and never have I been insulted like this. Calling my daughter a criminal based on your outlandish assumptions. Coming from a teacher, no less. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. I was out of line. Please excuse my actions. I'll go to your house to apologize in person. I'll write an apology letter. I'll do anything. I'll apologize to Brittany, too. That won't be necessary. What? What do you mean? I can't have someone like you in charge of my daughter's education. I'm having a different teacher put in charge of her class at the very least. But everything was just starting to come together. I doubt that's the case. Keeping kids behaving well in a dictatorship is not good leadership. But the school year just started. I'm still getting the hang of things. First, we need to resolve the lunch money issue. Is it true that the money went missing from your desk? Yes, it's true. But it was my responsibility. I don't blame any of my students. I will compensate for the missing money. I haven't told the principal about this yet. I can fix this. Why haven't you told the principal? A theft in the classroom is a serious problem, Ms. Monique. Why are you trying to resolve it yourself? I thought it was my duty as a teacher. It seems you have no idea what a teacher's duties are. Enough. You failed to report a significant incident, behaved inappropriately and rashly. This conversation is over. I will discuss your reprimand with the school. My reprimand? No. Please, I'll take care of it. That's not happening. You called one of your students a criminal and demanded written apologies. Even threatened to call the police. You're not getting out of this lightly. Goodbye, Ms. Monique. You'd better start looking for a new job. Not as a teacher, of course. After that, Monique apologized profusely to Petra, and even wrote a lengthy apology letter. She even wrote a separate letter to Brittany and read it in front of everybody in class. It was later found out, however, that Monique was the one who had stolen the lunch money. She got a punitive discharge immediately. Apparently, she made up the whole thing to get back at Brittany for standing up for her friend. What a low-life teacher and low-life human being. Her pictures and information from the arrest got leaked on social media, and she became a viral bad teacher meme. After all that bad publicity, there is no school that would ever hire her again. Petra decided that she will sit in on all interviews for new teachers and be more involved in the hiring process, in order to try and avoid this kind of mistake from happening again. The good news is that, free from the chains of Monique's twisted discipline, Brittany and the rest of her class were all getting along with their new teachers splendidly.